from her roots as a dedicated medical practitioner to her emergence as a philanthropic force and an esteemed calligraphy artist, her journey embodies the essence of empowerment and inspiration. Your dedication to healing, the passion for giving back to the community, the artistic talents around have not only impacted countless number of lives but also serve as a testament to the boundless potential within us all. Dr. Sana, it's a pleasure to have you with us on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
So Dr. Sana, I'm going to take you back in time. We'll go to your childhood and we'll understand how you were when you were a child. So tell me, how was it in childhood? What were the activities you were interested in then?
So my family used to call me a scientist because according to them, a scientist is someone who lives in their own world.
Okay.
In my head, I was not that. I definitely had a lot of windows open back then as well. But yes, I remember vividly one moment where I was talking to some people who had come from Russia on a delegation, and we were just chit-chatting, and they asked me, I was probably in grade 4, and they asked me that, what do you aspire to be? So I said, I want to be a doctor. And they were very happy to hear that, but that was not my answer, which was complete. I said, and I want to be MBA, and I also want to help people, and maybe I want to be Miss India. They all looked at me and laughed exactly like this.
Yes, because सब कुछ बनना है.
Yeah. And they laughed and they're like, okay, you're a little kid, but listen, come here, beta. You can't have so many ambitions. You should choose one. I didn't answer to him back, okay? I just thought in my head that he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
That's all I thought. And I knew that with time, I will be able to achieve a few things in life. It's just that you need to keep your focus and do one thing at a time. And that's exactly what I did in life. And today when I look back, it looks like a few of my bucket list things have been accomplished.
Yeah.
And talking about childhood, we come of a family of thinkers and doctors. Okay, so doctor is my dad, but thinker is my granddad. And again, one of those times I was just sitting and I used to have a lot of world-changing ideas and stuff even when I was very young. And another one of those years, maybe I was in 4th or 6th grade, and I sat with him and I said, Abba Jani, why do I think like this? And then he just paused for a moment and then looked at me and said, because you were not born a cow or a buffalo.
You're human and we are structured to think.
You know, it still gives me goosebumps. That moment has been a moment in time for me. And even till today, and I will pass this on to my children as well, that we were not born just cow or a buffalo. And imagine the depth in it. You were not born to just give birth to kids, how women have been treating over the centuries, you know. So that carried a lot of weight for me. And today I always remind myself of that, that I have a lot of things to do in my mind and I was not born a cow or a buffalo.
So that was going to be my next question about the influences in your life, and you did mention one of them just now. Who were the others and how did they influence you?
So in my family, I've been blessed, of course, with wonderful people. And my granddad, who's Abba Jani, he is one of them.
Yeah.
And he's my first school of thought till date. Besides him, even from young age, I was always influenced by women who do things which are impactful and they have done it for the society. So Mother Teresa was definitely one of them. And then following that, there were other women who, like Angelina Jolie, she was always, you know, at least it was talked about in the media that she does so much for the children. The leaders over here in UAE inspire me a lot, and Sheikh Mohammed himself, he's such a big inspiration.
Yeah.
And he has inspired not only me, but the entire generation for us. And now since I'm married for the last 8 years, I live with 2 heroes.
Yeah.
That's Daddy, who's Rizwan Sajan, and Adil, he's my husband. But I'm not saying this because I'm married to him, but they are all my heroes and they inspire me a lot.
Amazing. So you continue to find your inspiration at every walk of life, every phase of life.
Absolutely.
Which is so great. Tell me, and you were talking about painting. You loved painting, then you were very artistic even in your childhood. When did you learn calligraphy, or you just knew it?
I think I inherited it from my mom. My mom is an artist and she's also a Persian scholar, PhD. So I've inherited that side from her. And she used to teach me what strokes, what colors, how to mix, which was very hard for me to accept because her style was very different than mine.
Yeah.
But I have always been doing it, and Never did a formal course, but I have been into professional art since always. Urdu came very easy because Arabic and Urdu we read in our Islamic scriptures, and I'm an Urdu speaker. So the writing was very easy, and art just came inborn.
Yeah.
It was just an in thing.
You are definitely gifted since you were born, and then yeah, you picked up a few more skills, and then they just transformed into something so beautiful.
But coming to the thought, how I always wanted to make whatever I had in me to make it a bigger explosion, to make it an impact. And that's when I established something called Art Lovers International Festival. I did it with my sister, organized, collected the best of the people in Dubai who have been into, you know, the who's and who's list, and we raised close to $100,000 just with my paintings. And that money was given for the awareness and treatment of thalassemia patients in the Thalassemia Center in UAE, along with the Sheikh Sultan bin Khalifa Al Nahyan's foundation.
Tell me something, when I see your style, your dressing is just always so on point. Very, very simple, but so classy and so elegant.
Thank you, Priya, you're making me blush.
No, do you really style yourself? And what is your style like usually?
Styling, well, officially a professional styler I take only for special occasions.
Okay.
But otherwise, whatever comes in, I prefer to be more classy and timeless because that's something that goes on forever and you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when you want to play with fashion, you sometimes burn your fingers, sometimes you go right. So it works.
Wonderful. I'm not closing yet on that note because I have a little rapid fire for you. So, what are the things you are most grateful for?
Oh, everything. I can't count one, but first of all, of course, the family. The family I was born in and the family that I am a part of now. This is the first thing that I am grateful for. Then the friends that I have around me and the person that I am, the choices that I make. This also is a blessing for me because God has given these thoughts to me. If God doesn't want, these thoughts wouldn't come in my heart.
Absolutely. Okay, tell me, dancing to you is?
Expression.
Okay. A quote that you live by?
One is when I was younger, again from my grandfather, he gave me something because I was very young and I had huge aspirations to change the world or impact the world. So he gave me one from Iqbal which says, Naila, Naila hai bulbule shorida tera kham abhi, apne seene mein ise aur zara tham abhi. Which means, oh Nightingale, your song is sounding like a cry. Don't cry right now. Just hold it in your heart and simmer on your dreams. It will come forward with time. So, because I was young, and this was such a nice answer for anything that you want to do, just hold on to it. That's all you need to do. This is one thing I live by. And for sure, one thing from Sheikh Muhammad, he's my favorite leader of all times. He says that to take a risk and fail is not a failure at all.
Yeah.
But the bigger failure or the real failure is when you do not take a risk at all.
I don't know what else to say now. At the end of this interview, I can only applaud because it's been so amazing. Sitting through this conversation with you, I mean, it just felt like we're casually chatting, but really you've given such inspiring teachings and words and stories. It's just, I'm in awe of you right now.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.